Hey guys! Right, back again. I thought we'd do another vid. Right, okay, today is going to be my state of address for the Nintendo. What I think, and as I say, it's only my opinion, it could be a bit wrong. There could be some factual errors. I did try to record this earlier and it didn't exactly go as well as I thought it should. So I'm re-recording it. Hopefully I get my points a little bit more succinctly and in order. I tend to ramble off like some old comedians like Billy Connolly and then come back. Well, I could say Bill Hicks. Well, Bill Hicks was just a bit nuts anyway. Right. Okay. The first point I'm going to make, I am a big Nintendo fan. I've owned all the consoles now because I have the NES, the Wii, GameCube, N64, Super Nintendo, Game Boy Color. So I have a lot of the consoles. I have played a lot of the games. I am a big fan of a lot of the Nintendo franchises. But there are a lot of issues. Especially, let's start with the Wii and the DSi. Now, they all have what we call separate iOS. Now, each game is ran off the disc. It's not run off the actual system itself. I don't think that's the same with WiiWare titles. This is why WiiWare titles can be updated. This is why Wii titles can't. So all the system data and everything when you're running a game that's why it's running off that's why you can't do certain things. This is why you have to have a separate list for your friends list for each different game, because it's loaded from the disc and it has to hold all the data from the disc. It can't actually hold it. They've not allowed functionality for it to hypervise it or have the processing power on top of your Wii to actually allow that to work. Very annoying. It's like anything, like little glitches or anything, it's just that's going to be kept there for the rest of its life. The thing with that is also with the DSi is it's added functionality into its wireless network. So you could add like a WAP encryption into the DSi games or any DS games that have come out since the DSi release. I think. I'm hoping. Got to be doing something. But the DSi, this is what it goes into what is called DS mode. So it won't allow, it reads everything off of its DS card. It doesn't actually read it from the system. Therefore you can't use the DSi standardized WAP encryption from what you've set up to hook to the Virtual Console store on the DSiWare store and your internet browser. You can't do that. So I think that's a bit, just shows like Nintendo's thought process going into this new generation, and it was a bit rushed. It shouldn't have come out as quick as it did. This should have been factually done. Second thing, friend codes. Now we all hate them. But this is a console that, even if it's like we're looking at the marketing now, is predominantly produced for kids. It always has been. We know we get a lot of good games out of it, but we know it's basically set up for a child. So why has it got the most complicated way of adding friends to a system? The only way I can think of it is security. And in that sense it is probably right. So only your friends are going to tell you the code. But kids aren't going to remember codes. They're not going to write down all these codes and add them in. It's just basically a cheap attempt to say, oh, we've got online functionality. Don't really use it. Don't use it particularly well. The way of connection times trying to load into Smash Brothers can attest to that. Can anybody get a game on that without friend codes? I've never been able to. Mario Kart I can do it all the time, but Smash Brothers, don't know what the hell's going on there. But so it's a pain in the arse. They should have had a system very much more like the PSN or the 360 and had a dedicated friend system. You could set up an account and say, well, link this to all the games I have. If I've got a new game, take that code and link it, but don't actually let me register the code. Just link it back down to the account. So what they should have done was maybe spent like 20 quid on a little bit more powerful processor to allow them the functionality to put hypervisor in. Now, hypervisor is what happens when you press your either home button on your PS3 controller or the X button, the middle button on the 360 controller, and it comes up with a menu. And you think this happens the same way when you're pressing home button on the Wii. It's not, it's getting ready for the disc, like I said earlier. Alright. The next thing. Amount of games. And let's be fairly honest here, it's not exactly stewing with a lot of games for us core gamers here. Now I know they've tried to broaden the market with like putting in to the female demographic, which is fair. It should have been done. I'm not denying that. It's also trying to do to old age people, and that's also a very good thing. But like I say, usually, and like it's probably turning out, the Wii is going to be a bit like a fad, and it'll be successful for a while, and then if you don't have substantial content to keep people coming back to it, people don't play it. People will start getting rid of it, people will stop buying it, and that's what's happening. So it's just like they're shooting themselves in the foot by not giving the core gamers, the people that have stuck by them through thick and thin, a lot of games. Let's look from a whole year, from about April last year, where Super Smash Bros. Melee came out here. And I know it was about February in the United States. Don't get me... Well, we're going on to that next. But we have that. And it's just like... After that, what games came out, really, for the Wii that anybody, any core gamer would want? Punch-Out? Possibly. Klonoa? Not many. Not a whole hell of a lot. So it's been a very, very bad time for like getting games for the Wii. They're starting to sort this out. They've got released the 2 new Mario Galaxy games. Well, the Mario Galaxy plus New Super Mario Bros. Plus they've got the Metroid Other M. There are a few other games that we're thinking that probably will be like that, but that are coming. But there's not many. Not really at all. And it's a shame. Disappointing. Number 4. Region releasing or region encoding. Now that's a pain in the arse. Why are they doing that? It's like you can't get it to work without really using homebrew. And anybody that really wants to import games without having to buy 3 different systems, homebrewing is a very cheap and free alternative to be able to do it. As long as you're not really going into like ISO loading and stuff like that, which I don't agree with. I think we all know that it's not helping the industry putting out illegal games. It's killed the PC industry. As we know it, it's completely shot. There's only like 2 or 3 decent games coming out, and they know that's because they're going to get the sales from that originally. But hardly anyone else. Every other like big PC brand has had to consolize itself to make a profit. And that's just a sad fact of how much illegal downloading goes on. And I'm not to say that I haven't tried it. I'm just got to this stage where I don't agree with it anymore. And I won't be taken to it. I've got a few copied games here and there, and if I can find the legitimate copies for a good price, I will buy them that way. That's just the way it's going to be. But region coding, like I think Super Dan 88 said on his DVD thing, it's just profiteering. It's just setting out advertisement for the different regions. It's not that the profits all go to each different region. I can't see it. All profits must go back to Japan, to Nintendo headquarters. I can't see them doing anything different than that. So if the money's all going in the same place, why the hell are you stopping people buying games from different regions? Don't understand that at all. Also thought a little bit issue was that they kept with one simple colour for different customization. Now as Apple's shown with like a lot of different in the hardware, different colours can like a lot of people like buy different colours now. They had that all the same with the N64 and the GameCube, and they've stuck with this white. They're only just now switching to black for the Japanese only. And I think it would have been a lot better if they kept like different colours for the consoles and that, just so people could differentiate themselves and thus make themselves unique in their way of collecting the system. And that's what they showed when they first announced the Wii. They had that in about 5 or 6 different colours or something, if I remember right. Was it 2005 E3? That sounds about right. But I'd just like to give you a few thoughts on what I think's a bit wrong with the Nintendo at the moment. I'll probably put up something different. Hopefully a package comes tomorrow. I'm going to be really pissed if it's not. But I work tomorrow night, so I'll probably be up later. Probably about 2 in the morning, so people will probably see it Wednesday. Probably got to see this Tuesday afternoon anyway, in the UK. Alright, so I'll see you all later. This is Evil Sloth Man. Out.